Welcome into Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Meghan Payton. We want to quickly thank our presenting sponsor, which is Magic Spoon. They are healthy. They are delicious. It is the best cereal. Go to magicspoon.com/Seahawks. You're going to get $5 off your order today. We've got a news and rumors video for you guys. We are going to be talking about Jamal Adams. We are going to be talking about Blake Bortles, quarterback updates. All of this is to come. But first, I have to ask you guys, help us out here at Chat Sports. It is one of our favorite producers' birthday. It is Sam's birthday today. He's a producer here at Chat Sports. We all love him very much. He's actually not producing this video today, Jeremy is, but he does produce a ton of Seahawks videos. So please, right now, if you're watching, go show Sam some birthday love in the comments. I want everyone right now to just say happy birthday. So I think it's fair that we just get straight into this because it's been a topic for the Seattle Seahawks for at least a couple weeks now, and that is Jamal Adams' performance, which is not anywhere near what we expected it to be. It is time for Jamal Adams to step up, and I'm sorry, but we cannot beat around the bush anymore. Jamal Adams is not performing the way that we would like him to. He has had 0 sacks. He has had 0 quarterback hits, 0 pressures. He's allowed 2 touchdowns and a 146.3 passer rating and coverage. This is not good. This is your top paid safety. I'm sorry, not top paid safety for the Seahawks, top paid safety in the league. And it makes sense because if you look at what he did in 2020, sure, 2020 was great. He had 83 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. So what is happening to Jamal Adams? Well, it's a mixture of both. We're going to get into all of the topics of what Jamal Adams is doing wrong, what the Seahawks are doing wrong. But ultimately, it's a topic that is important because it needs to be changed. Before we break all this down, I just want your thoughts. Is Jamal Adams overrated? What do you guys think? If you think he is, type Y for yes, type N for no. And if you get hit with the ad on YouTube right now, scroll down to the comments, get your votes in. I'm going to let you know what I think right after this ad. And yes, is Jamal Adams overrated? I am going to say yes, he is somewhat overrated. And it kind of hurts me to say that because looking back last year, he was one of the most dominant guys in the league and things have just kind of fallen off. And to me, it is partly his fault, but it's also partly Seattle's fault. They need to play him closer to the ball. That is the reality of it. He is not a downfield coverage guy. That is not his strength. And they need to use him for what he's good for. They're paying him a $70 million extension, and you are not seeing the performance that you'd like to out of him. And so I understand Pete Carroll's original plan was for him to play a little bit more coverage and rely on guys like Carlos Dunlap, Mayowa, Kerry Hyder to create that pressure, but it's not happening. And Jamal Adams is a guy that can help out in that area. I'm not saying that we should rely on him and look at him like, you know, a defensive lineman, but I'm saying that he's a guy that can blitz. They are blitzing him less than half of what they did last year. So it does make sense why when we look at his 2021 stats and say, why doesn't he have any sacks yet? Well, it's because partly he hasn't gotten a lot of chances to, and also he just isn't performing well. And really, his downfield coverage is not a strength of his. They really should not be doing that with Jamal Adams. The pass rush in general, though, for Seattle has not been good. It has been actually terrible, except for one wishful guy, one guy that has been giving the Seahawks a little bit of hope. That is Darrell Taylor. Darrell Taylor was coming out of the draft in 2020. He missed his rookie season, though, with a leg injury. But he's been Seattle's best pass rusher this year. He's been primarily used as like a 3-4 outside linebacker pass rusher. And I'll get into kind of everything that he's done because it is very impressive. But you know what else is impressive? That is Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon right now is the snack that I have all the time in between videos. This is delicious. It is healthy. It is low carbs, high protein, 0 sugars, which is insane because it tastes so delicious. Go to magicspoon.com/Seahawks. You are going to get $5 off your order today. Quick break in the video. just to enjoy it. But we are going to get back into some Darrell Taylor talk, which is the way that he has been able to help the Seahawks in the pass rush, because right now he is leading the league, actually, and most sacks among notable players in the first 5 career games. He's already had 4 sacks. He's only had 141 snaps. So I look at a guy like Darrell Taylor, and I am really impressed with what he's done. I think that he is one of the key guys on the Seahawks defense. So I'm impressed with him. I think we're going to see more from him. He's so young, too. This is a great guy that is going to grow in Seattle, perform well. And really, I mean, he's doing better than any of the defensive linemen. We're looking at Benson Mayowa. He's had 1 sack. Rasheem Green has had 1 sack, but Carlos Dunlap, none. Kerry Hyder, no. Poona Ford, no. So I'm relying a little bit on Darrell Taylor, which I wouldn't have necessarily thought coming into the season, but good for him. We are impressed by him, and I think he's just going to keep adding on sacks throughout the season. I do have an over-under question for you guys, though. Over-under, is Darrell Taylor going to have 12.5 sacks, more or less? If it's over, go to the comments, type O for over. If you think Darrell Taylor is going to have less than 12.5 sacks, type U for under. Now, time to give you guys a quick quarterback update. I know yesterday we talked about the possibility of Blake Bortles being an option for Seattle. Well, they did work him out yesterday, and it has been told that Blake Bortles is a no-go, which I'm not terribly surprised by. Brady Henderson went to Twitter and he said the Seahawks worked out Blake Bortles this morning. They're not expected to sign him at this time, I'm told. They'll need to make some move at quarterback, though, whether it is about elevating Jake Luton to back up Geno Smith and or adding someone else. And I think it's expected. We're expecting probably Jake Luton to be upgraded, but Danny Etling is a guy that just got signed to the Seahawks practice squad. He's coming out of LSU. He's kind of jumped around the league a little bit, but the Seahawks claimed him off waivers in 2020, went on the practice squad, and then he was waived. So he hasn't spent much time really in Seattle, but they're bringing him back. I think, you know, obviously they need Geno to have a backup, even if they do bring up Jake Luton as the guy to kind of be on the 53-man roster. You do want to have maybe that third guy if they're not going to be signing someone else. Now, I think whether or not the Seahawks do decide to sign another quarterback is going to depend on how Geno Smith performs on Sunday. So for me, I don't know if it's a necessity yet, but I do want to know from you guys. Do you think the Seahawks need to sign another quarterback? Go to the comments right now. Let me know if you think they do need to. Tell me who you'd like them to sign. If not, you're happy with the guys they have in the locker room right now, maybe elevating a couple of the practice squad guys up. If you're happy with that, you're happy with that, and that is fine. But we are going to preview everything coming up for this Seahawks-Steelers game. This is Sunday night. Right now, the Steelers are favorites at -5, which is very surprising just based on how Pittsburgh has been playing this season. They did, you know, perform better last week against the Broncos, but we've got all the information coming for you guys regarding this Seahawks-Steelers Sunday night game. So make sure you are subscribed to Seahawks Today so you do not miss out on any Seahawks content.